Hello everybody, this is DDS97 with gameplay in the background, some Battlefield 4. I just want to talk about a topic that has been floating around my mind a little bit, and since recently I've jumped into Battlefield 4 and I've had a lot of fun with it. I'm still around level 20 that area, but I'm trying to get the hang of it and how the game plays with a lot of people, because I used to play Battlefield 3 on the Xbox 360, and also that was a lot of fun. And I got to a pretty high level. But anyways, in this video, we'll be talking about how does one's skills cross over to other FPS games. Because, in Battlefield, it's a pretty, I guess, mundane FPS, but it has a lot of features that make it unique amongst others. I've also been playing a lot of Counter-Strike, and I also play Team Fortress 2 and a handful of other FPSs. But anyway, it seems to be that your skills more or less cross over to a game, but of course it's completely, situational, I guess. But for some games, they're harder, such as Counter-Strike. That game you have to memorize patterns on how a gun shoots. But for this, you just gotta get used to how a gun feels, and you gotta use certain attachments and such to make the gun more proficient. Someone can say, I guess you can say that it takes less skill, but it doesn't, not really. Counter-Strike's a lot of a harder game, but it doesn't matter. But anyway, different mechanics make different games play differently, which I don't know, that doesn't really make sense. But anyway, I play a lot of Team Fortress 2 as well, and some of my skills cross over there, but Team Fortress 2 doesn't have many hit-scan weapons, such as Battlefield. Battlefield is almost primarily hit-scan weapons, such as the M4 I'm using right now. And in a game like Team Fortress 2, some of the main items are barely even hit-scan items, like the rocket launcher that uses AoE damage to kill people, and the flamethrower is a bit of hit-scan. The minigun is hit-scan, but you have a lot of bullets. And same thing with the demo man, it's AoE damage, so you shoot explosive into an area, then it just blows up. And a lot of other games. But the thing is, your skills from one game usually, and this is for most like kind of FPS scan type of games with a lot of assault rifles and this and that, they usually transfer over pretty well. And for Battlefield 4, I transferred over more or less enough. The only thing I gotta get used to is, the sheer amount of players and certain tactics and such. But unless you were playing like a deathmatch, but I know I'm playing Conquest, and that takes not a lot of coordination, but it takes a certain amount of coordination to actually take the points. And same thing with Counter-Strike. When your team wants to take a point, everyone has to work together in order to take that point and hold that point. And the same for TF2. And a lot of these other FPS games have a lot of you have to capture points and such, objective-based gameplay. And they all have teamwork in some degree. It might be small, but it's still teamwork nonetheless. And it's nice. Also, one's aiming as I said, it usually transfers over, but sometimes, it can. Like Battlefield, it has vehicles. Like you saw earlier, I used the RAR, and there's a tank right in front of me now. Just killed me. And you see, everyone has to work together to kill that tank. And everyone did work together. It was a team effort. Same thing with taking down a sentry or a heavy medic combo in Team Fortress 2, or an op in Counter-Strike. these games make it so that everyone has a common goal, and that's to either win, or take a certain objective, or do something in the lines of that. And and that's why a lot of the gameplay is like alluring, and that's why I keep on playing TF2 for the time I have. I have about 1,000 hours on it, and that's why I enjoy it so much, because of the diversity of the maps and the balance of it, of all the maps, I mean, and just how it plays. And I really enjoy that. Anyway, that was just the topic I want to touch on today. Thanks for watching. If you did watch all the way through, if you did like it, and if you want to see more videos in this type of area or any kind of videos, it doesn't matter. Just subscribe.